All right, huge movie, Phonetic Nate, coming back at you from Lake Nate. In answer to Duckman Triple X's query, yes, the plan is he inquired if I'm going to keep doing reviews here, and I said absolutely, as long as weather permits. Why not do movies, even if it's not a lake related, water related, which this kind of is. It's an ocean, beachfront related review. Just do reviews here as long as I can because you spend all winter and fall and spring in that other location. So I'm here to review a movie that I never really, basically, I never knew anything about and never, because of that, never intended to see, obviously, because I didn't know anything about it, which is The Way, Way Back. Now, this movie, Best Buy last week had a pretty cool kick-ass sale on select Fox Blu-rays where they were $4.99. And I'd kind of been curious in a small way, I don't know why, about the internship ever since it came out last year. So I'm like, $4.99 is cheap enough for the Blu-ray, and actually I think internship came with DVD as well. So I'm like, I'll buy it for that. And of course, I'm glad I didn't pay any more for it because it was basically crap. I don't know if I'll review it. Maybe that's my review of it. But anyway, at any rate, what I'm getting at is the internship had obviously trailers, and it had a trailer for this movie, which is a Fox Searchlight movie, The Way, Way Back. And I saw the trailer, and I'm like, that movie, I've never heard of it. That movie looks good, And I was like, you know what? I wonder if I saw that one on their little cardboard standee with the other $4.99 titles. And I looked online, so I pretty much go to blue-ray.com every day, and sure enough, you can tell, recent markdowns and stuff. Sure enough, that one was $4.99. I was like, yeah. So, I don't know, some days later, whatever, I went there and got that for way, way back, Blu-ray for $4.99, never having seen it. Watched it that night, and very good. Very, very good. I don't know who the hell this kid is. I don't know if he's new to the scene or not, but this kid was great. It's obviously a scenario and a story that me and a lot of people can relate to, being like a social misfit and being left out and stuff. It was a very beautiful coming out of your shell movie, and it's, let's face it, it's obviously not the first movie to do it, but it was done in a very beautiful way, and it was pretty impactful to me. What's his name? I can't remember his name. The guy from Moon and Iron Man 2 was amazing in it. He played a character that I can relate to very much. Just this guy who pretty much, likes to whatever, I don't know how to put it into words, but he's just a very laid-back, easygoing guy who doesn't take much to, seriously, fun to be around guy, accepting guy, who kind of took this kid in, this guy works or owns or manages a water park, and this kid happens by the water park, and he takes him in, he gets him working. It's just a beautiful movie about a kid coming out of his shell and realizing that possibly, there is a place for him after all, when he thought maybe there wasn't. Very beautiful. I'm not a big Steve Carell fan, and the movie opens with a really cool, which should have lasted longer. I would have held on it longer before I showed the kid, with a cool shot of Steve Carell plays an asshole in this movie. A shot of Steve Carell's eyes in the rearview mirror. Taking the trip to, I don't know if they're going to Martha's Vineyard or whatever, but something like that. They're basically going to the summer to this beach community, I think on the East Coast or something like that, to spend the summer, and partially like Spanglish to a certain extent. It's even got an alcoholic woman in it, but she wasn't nearly as annoying as Tia Leone or whatever her name is in Spanglish for me. She was almost entertainingly, not that I'm going to say alcoholism is a good thing, but she wasn't annoying. It was almost like she was written so well and performed so well that it wasn't an annoying character. And plus she was there at the beginning and then wasn't really, kind of just in the background from the restaurant from then on in. So it wasn't like she was just constantly annoying. 4 stars for The Way, Way Back. I find that over the years, I don't think there's necessarily a Fox Searchlight movie that I haven't liked. And it's ironic that these movies are, probably lower budgets, or, they're more obscure, but they're better. And then you got a movie like The Internship, which has got arguably like bigger star power and all this kind of stuff, and more advertised and all this kind of stuff. It's just stupid, and I think it's all completely backwards. It's like the most advertised movies, whatever. But it's good, it's a breath of fresh air that at least someone is still making movies that I can actually give 4 stars. The beautiful is Blu-ray. I'll rephrase it by saying that Blu-ray is beautiful. It's like beautiful summertime, beach community footage, and not enough on the water for my taste, but it's still very, very beautiful. There's a lot of water park footage. Just beautiful out. Most of it's outdoors, summertime, beautiful. The Blu-ray looks amazing. I didn't put it on the wall, so I don't know how it sounds, but I imagine it sounds fine. It's not a big summer blockbuster, so I don't know if there's anything else I can really say. It's just 4 stars. I don't really, not that you're gonna go watch it, but I feel like I don't need to necessarily give you a beat by beat. The movie ends where, yes, I wept at the end when the kids I think they prematurely left, which was it actually really affected me. I was so into the movie that I was like, oh man, I felt like I was leaving. That's another thing. I wanted the movie to basically keep going forever. I didn't want it to end, and that's a good sign. And that's pretty much a 4-star movie when you don't want a movie to end and you want to stay in that world. And that's what I wanted to do when I was watching The Way, Way Back. I wanted to stay in this world. I wanted to watch this kid continue to blossom and continue to grow and come out of his shell. And it was beautiful, small little movie with the biggest story of all, which is a human story. I guess that sounds kind of arrogant, I guess. It is kind of arrogant, I guess. It's not the biggest story of all, but I'll just say a big story. It's not even, and humor's not even big. Whatever, you get my point. It's a simple movie with a story that hits you right here. Just like, hits you right there. So, highly recommended, The Way, Way Back. It's still on blue-ray.com. It still says $4.99, so I don't know if it's still $4.99 at Best Buy. I didn't get their recent Sunday ad from this current Sunday, so maybe, I don't know, maybe it's still $4.99. I don't know, maybe it is on Amazon. Either way, highly recommended. If you've seen Fox Searchlight movies and you generally like them, this is just pretty much another one. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next review.